Hi, hello. I want to plead that you watch this video till the end. If you don't watch till the end, you will misunderstand what I am talking about in this video. Thank you and God bless you. All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is the End Time Truth Television channel. We urge you to subscribe to the channel, activate the bell icon by selecting all so that the next time we upload a new video, you will be among the first persons to be notified by Google. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Till then, shalom.
Nollywood, what is happening? There is no love in Nollywood. Don't come to my burial. When I am alive, I am suffering, you are not helping me. When I died, before you want to come and give me befitting burial, God forbid.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. God bless you there. I have a story to tell you before I let you into the video that I actually saw. And for the first time, I am agreeing on something with Prophet Jeremiah Omoto Fufeyin. This is not to slant him or to slight him or to make him look, any way inferior. But I'm just, there's something I saw. There was something he said, and then the action he took. So, but I want to tell you this story. Mr. Francis, not his real name now, was having a house issue, and he needed about $500 to fix the house rent issue. And he sent messages to all of his friends. Now, formally, before this time, every of his posts on his Facebook page received instant like and comment and all that. Now, on this day, he sent out an SOS because he was actually in a mess. He was stressed. He was should I call it under duress, and he could not afford $500 to pay for his yearly rental. And he quickly sent out messages to his friends, those he thought would instantly reply. Now, not up to 25% of those his friends this time around, not so many of them responded. As many that even tried to open and read the message did not respond, did not reply. Few gave excuses, and maybe 1 or 2 persons sent him peanuts. And so he eventually ended up losing the apartment and he became homeless. Now he became homeless, and of course he was having his wallet and some of his belongings with him. And so in the night, a robber came to where he was sleeping, robbed him of his wallet that had his ID cards and other documents that the wallet could contain. Guess what happened? This robber was in a haste to escape, and so he was running and ran into a vehicle that was on a high speed, and so he was crushed to death beyond recognition. Now, what happened was that there was no means of identifying the robber because his physical body was smashed. So no pieces of his body can be used to recognize him. But then his loot from Mr. Francis was still handy with him. And so people picked the wallet, went through it, and found the ID card of Mr. Francis, and he used that to make contact. And so they contacted people who knew him, and guess what? They began to make plans on how to bury Mr. Francis. Mind you, Mr. Francis was alive. Nothing happened to him. And so Mr. Francis got the wind of his burial, on the same social media handles that, his friends refused to recognize his message. And guess what? Wonderful messages pouring in. How that he was a good man, how that he was a wonderful man, how that if it was money that would have saved his life, oh, Francis, why would you have to die this way? Before too long, over 1,000, condolences and goodwill messages, started pouring in. So he actually did as if he was actually dead. He pretended the date for his burial was fixed. And guess what? Those his friends who could not afford to give him $50, $100, contribute something to make up the $500 he needed for his rental issues. Now, some of them were, out there. Some have even donated $1,000. Somebody, came out and, presented himself that he was going to buy a coffin of $1,500. Now, for what? A corpse, and not just a corpse, a charred remain of a stranger that they thought was Mr. Francis. And the day of the burial, indeed, everybody, was gathered, and people were cooking, and the preparation was high. And when he got to his coffin, so to speak, he marveled, because that was the kind of a coffin that was used in burying some big men. And here was a guy who could not pay his rent. And these people who gathered, and they were spending close to $10,000 in burying Mr. Francis, in quote, could not give him $500 when he was alive. Now, I'd like you to ruminate over this, and then I will take you in to watch the video that prompted this story. All right? And it is something that happens on our everyday life. You would see somebody that something, a money as little as $50 could take care of the hospital expenses and bills, but nobody cared to take him to hospital. Nobody cared to give him that to save him alive. And when he dies, you see people coming around to spend over $1,000 to bury somebody that's not up to $100 would have kept alive. What a wicked world. I'll be seeing you at the end of this video. Please stay tuned.
My name's Prince Emeka Ani. Since last year, 2020, December 4th is the day I buried my elder sister. And during this burial, we were up and doing. I never knew what happened. But all I know is that on 6th day of December 2020, I began to have pains around my buttocks. I could not sit. I could not lie down from that day. The next day, being 7th, I called my doctor. He stays in Owerri. And he said I should start coming to the hospital. I went there. After doing the checkup, go through some tests, he decided to operate on me. And I explained to him that I had this diabetes. And since 16 years, I've been going through this diabetes. He said, never mind, he knows exactly what to do. He carried out an operation on me. After 3-4 days, as he wants to open the operation to continue with the treatment, he opened the place and the place got rotten, as if they pour water on a loaf of bread. My buttocks got scattered and began to smell everywhere in the blood. I was in the hospital for 7 good months, lying down, facing down. I cannot sit, I cannot walk, I cannot eat normal food, because that is where I passed the escalator. I suffered through all this. And I began to beg him, please, you have to discharge me around July so that I can go ahead and source for money to come and pay the balance hospital bill. That was how I left. I began to struggle to make sure I do 1 or 2 jobs. Just along the line, stroke came and hit me down on a location. My right hand, my leg, my mouth, as I'm talking with you, I'm just talking for talking's sake. This mouth is not mine, but if you are looking at it, you will not see the sign, but inside me, it is happening. My right hand here is just like it is inside a freezer. The same thing with my leg, from here down to my feet, very hot from that day till today. I began to go round and round and round, and somebody talked about coming to this church. My chairman here invited me that he is coming for Thanksgiving. That was September, for what God has done for Lagos State chapter of Actors Guild of Nigeria. For what God has done in his own personal life, he called me. I said, I'll come. He invited me alongside with Sister Cynthia Okereke here and Stella Ikwebu from Enugu. The three of us came all the way from Enugu, and we attended the Thanksgiving. Here and there, I met man of God and explained to him what I am going through. But the greatest part of it is that I began to have these eye pains. Every day, the eye will be adding the pain. Before I know it, the growth began to come out, coming close to my black spots. I went to the doctor. I showed him. He said, this is cataract. If care is not taken, it's going to cover your eyes and you become blind. You have to do something. And I said, okay. I began to consult other doctors. My final consultation says I have to travel to India to do the operation for the eye. At the same time, they will check on the saw in my buttocks. As I'm standing with you, I am still wearing Pampers, adult Pampers, since that December till today. I walk around. I do everything I do by the special grace of God, not by my power. At the end of the day, I called another member of Actors Guild of Nigeria, a very known Nollywood actor. I explained to him, Mr. Yule Duchie. I called him just as we finished this last program we did. I said, I have a problem. I've gone to hospitals. I am also praying with children of God. There are things that God can do immediately. And at the same time, if you have to go for medication, one has to go for medication while we pray. That was what I explained to him. Is there any way you can help me? He said yes. He does not have cash with him, but he's going to do something for me. That I should record this piece of little clip and send to him. That if I send it to him, he will send it to some of his friends, and they are going to contribute money and fly me abroad for treatment. That was what I did last week, Monday. That is 7 days today. That is how the whole world came to know that I needed financial assistance for my treatment.
I saw an actor, Nigerian Nollywood actor, crying, said, I am finished. If you people did not help me, anything can happen to me. I am gone. So when I was on the internet, I saw him crying for Nigerian and the world at large to help him. He was crying for help. Who can help me? I am dying. We have to help the people that will need help.
My names are Prince Emeka Ani. I am a Nollywood veteran actor. I have been sick since December 7th, 2020. I was taken to the hospital for medication as surgery took place around my buttocks. But because of the nature of the diabetes I have in my system, the sore refused to get healed. Since then, I have been battling with my life. Along the line, I had passion stroke. But at the same time, I'm having pains in my eyes. If you look closely, you will see the growth in my eyes. That is cataract. That means if proper care is not taken, it might lead to blindness. I therefore want to seize this opportunity to thank all the people that have contributed immensely to my upkeep. I want to plead with you, friends, fans, well-wishers, brothers and sisters, wherever you are. Please come to my rescue. I need your financial assistance so that I can be taken to a better hospital for proper treatment. If possible, be flown abroad. I'll thank you all. God will bless you all as you help me live again.
All right. Mama, you're welcome. The chairman of the actors chairman of Lagos has this. He's also you all know him. You followed him the that time. I did not take the thing serious like that, but my own surprise is he was crying on the air for help. So I sent for him in order to support, assist. Because if we leave it like this, when something happened to him, oh, this actor, what is happening with this actor? He was okay now, not knowing that. If he now show you what is passing through right on his phone, you will be surprised. The operations that they have operated him. But today, I sent for them. Let him come with her and also him, so that we can assist. We pray. God heal us. But some we also support the sick in order to recover from their sickness. Today, we are here to support you with sum of 5 million.
Alors, il reçoit une somme de 5 millions de dollars. Au nom de Dieu, chers téléspectateurs de la cinématographie nigérienne.
Madame, come with the money.
Lui qui souffre d'un diabète vraiment de type très avancé.
Then, Jeremiah Omoto Fufeyin Foundation hereby also, the people that who have come with him here. Where's my wife? My beautiful wife. Where are you? Come with the money. The secretary of the foundation. Now look here, you that, the one thing surprises me.
On repousse le nom de Dieu s'avancer pour lui donner cet argent.
One thing surprises me. When I sent for him, people that were supposed to come with him, they did not come with him. Nollywood, what is happening? People that's supposed to come with you, you know who I'm talking about and who I'm talking about. They did not come with you. But yeah, the people that who are here, that here with him, we are also here, those that who followed him, we are also, for their transport, we are giving them 500,000. For their transport. For the love that you have for this man. I was thinking that some people will follow him here. We called, but what they told, what I had, I cannot say it here. There is no love in Nollywood. Don't come to my burial. When I am alive, I am suffering, you are not helping me. When I died, before you want to come and give me befitting burial, God forbid. So yeah, we have 5 million for your health. From Jeremiah Omoto Fufeyin Foundation.
Alors aujourd'hui, c'est un sujet de joie pour lui.
For your transport that who followed him. Mama, this is your 500,000 from Jeremiah Omoto Fufeyin Foundation.
Alors même ceux qui l'ont accompagné reçoivent une somme de 500 000 naira. Alors ils sont tout émus. Et l'homme de Dieu lui a donné cette somme de 5 millions d'aller vraiment prendre soin de lui. Les médecins qui ont diagnostiqué même une cataracte. Et aujourd'hui...
Yes. God bless you. And God bless you. Now listen. I promise God, if you help me, this is what I have for your children. I know you have something to say. What do you have to say to the people that are watching us all over the world?
I want to begin to thank God for this wonderful singular mannerism from the senior prophet of God, Prophet Jeremiah Omoto Fufeyin, the man of God.
Look at Emeka. We put him in our platform. Nobody can contribute to the amount he needs. But look at another child from another woman we don't know. Oh, Jesus Christ. My son, I don't know what to say, but my God will bless you. You will never be sick, you and your household. You will never see any evil.
Today, we are here to support you with sum of 5 million.
Alors il reçoit une somme de 5 millions de naira. Au nom de Dieu, cher...
So you are welcome back. I said that for the very first time, I am agreeing with Jeremiah Omoto Fufeyin on something. You see, even though that I'm not a fan of this television philanthropy, but we cannot throw away a child together with the bathwater. I appreciate what he did here. And indeed, if you followed the story I told you, you will understand that human, we are evil. The fall of man made it that the nature of man is self. Every man, is selfish by nature. But there are some persons who have been able to overcome this evil tendency that the fall of man brought into man. Because the fall of man gave man the nature of Satan, the nature of I. If you know what made Lucifer attempting to overthrow God was that he projected himself. I will go. I will ascend to the mountain of the Most High, and I will be like the Most High. So even the angels that he deceived, that joined them in that revolt, there was no place in his plan for them. It was I. So when he was thrown down, he transferred that nature. Immediately, man lost the nature of God. Man took the nature of Satan. Whether you agree with me or not, that is, your own debate. Now, but what I have here is that this man, if you are a lover of Nigerian Nollywood movies, you would know Emeka Ani. This He's the man that, he is a household name, in every home movie screen, whether you are in Nigeria or outside of Nigeria. And surprisingly, an icon in that industry is down. The other day I saw the video. Now I must also acknowledge what Yul Edochie did. He did not give him cash, but his effort has yielded great results, because without that video that he asked him to produce for him and send to him, you may not know when this man would have died. And that is why even Jeremiah Omoto Fufeyin came to know about this case. Now, sometimes it is not actually about money, but it is about the good heart that we display in trying to help a brother and a sister in need. Here was a man that, needed the help of people around him. And are you telling me that the whole Nollywood actors and directors and what have you, that they could not contribute money to save one of their kind? Now, if and only if, when this man dies, if help had not come for him, now when he dies, they will now raise money to buy his casket. They will, raise money to sponsor delegates that will go and pay the last condolence. Whereas all this money, if you put them together, could have gone a long way to save the life of this man. Now, Jeremiah Omoto Fufeyin said, "Don't love me when I am dead. Don't come to talk about me when I am dead. Whatever you want to talk about me, say it now. Whatever good you want to do for me, do it now that I am alive." There are so many Emekanis everywhere, and we have evil and wicked generation. We don't talk about our politicians, because they are wicked, they are thieves, they are the worst kind of human beings. In fact, their heart has been taken away from them. They are semi-devils. If you want to see, a demi-Satan, look for a politician. They are all thieves. They're also wicked, and they have stolen the money in the country dry. But that is not an excuse that when you see someone, in need, and you close your heart. It's possible somebody is, supporting what I'm saying now, but you need to ask yourself a question. When was the last time you offered 1,000 naira? 1,000 naira is about $2, to that sick fellow who needed that 1,000 naira to be okay? When was the last time you saw somebody that is desperately in need, desperately, needing help, and you took the risk of helping the person? You don't have to know the person. Jesus told us that the laws of God have been converted and compacted into two. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your mind and with all your soul. And that the second is like the first. Love your neighbor as yourself. Your neighbor is that very person that is the next to you at that minute, at that moment. It's not your neighbor in the house. It's not your neighbor in the street. It's not your neighbor in the office. It is that poor man, that poor woman that you are in contact with at that point in time. In fact, as I'm talking to you now, the next person to you is your neighbor. It might be a destitute. It might be desperately in need of help. And it might even be smelling and thinking he was not smelling when he was giving birth to, or when she was giving birth to. Something has happened and something has gone wrong. If you have the opportunity to help him, help him. Now, I've not come here to talk about, maybe could Jeremiah Omoto Fufeyin have done it in a different way, without displaying the money, on the open. I'm not here to talk about that. Some people say that they do all this open philanthropy because of the partnership, people who are sponsoring them. But I also want to believe that there are 1,000 ways that accountability can be rendered, where the partners can also be informed on how to do these things. Mind you, I said earlier, I'm not here to talk about how he did it, but the spirit, at least, whether you believe him or not, that he meant to help is not relevant. At least he helped. At least that money would go a long way to help. That, did you see that man crying? Emeka Ani is not a small boy. He is not a boy of yesterday. I started watching Emeka Ani over 20 years ago. And sometimes the roles that these people play as well in the movie are very, very dangerous, and some of them are not spiritually fortified. But this one, I'm not spiritualizing this matter. I am talking to us. Men are evil. Shame on wicked people. And I want to say shame on Nollywood. Shame on all of you. And shame to some wicked pastors too that have members in their church and they are waiting for that member to die, only for the member to die, and then they will bring out money to go and bury the member. But when the member is alive, needing few cash that can take him to hospital, few cash that can put food on his table, some people are dying not because they are destined to die, but because they lost hope in life and they gave up the ghost. Listen to me, sometimes before a man dies, he actually needs to give up the ghost. And so many people have given up the ghost, not that the ghost left them without permission, because of the sufferings. And some of our big men, pastors, papas and mamas are, in their palaces, eating and dining and whining with their own families. Please, this is not a dig at any pastor. This is not a criticism against Christianity, but this is what is happening in our world today, that people will not help someone that is alive until that person dies. I want you to look at yourself. Look at yourself. Yeah, look at yourself in the mirror. You who are watching this video, are you one of those that would rather contribute heavily to bury the dead body than to save a soul when that soul was needing an help to patch up the container that was carrying it? Because if the container is not patched up well, the soul can leak. So from today, begin to look for a leaky body that you can patch up so that the soul can stay longer in that container. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Whereas you meditate on this, you may not necessarily believe me, you may not necessarily agree with me, but I want to read your comment in the comment section. Hey, I'm just concerned. I felt touched. I felt moved in my spirit. Why are we doing this to ourselves? Why are we being so insensitive to ourselves? Hey, even animals don't abandon their kinds. Have you seen, a pack of buffalo, walking together? When one is injured, the rest stands by him until he is better. That is how it should be amongst us. Now, animals sometimes are better than human. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Till then, please comment, like, share, and subscribe to this station if you have not done so. May the good Lord preserve you and keep you in the name of Jesus Christ. Remember, Jesus is coming soon. That reminds me, is Jesus coming? Are you a Christian? Are you expecting Jesus coming? And if you expect him, hey, that billions that you are stashing in your bank account, who will spend it when Antichrist comes? Who will spend it after the rapture? Because you're not going to spend that money in heaven. Bring it out now and help those in need. Shalom.